Look at that. The Toyota Prius is now a sexy vehicle, design-oriented in this all-new generation. Of course, more aerodynamic as well. But I mean, so far, when people went for a Prius, they say like, yeah, the good MPG and so on, but they never really focused on, I get it because it looks cool, but now this has changed. So a massive design upgrade here for the new Prius generation. Lengthwise, it's even a little bit shorter now, but not much in change. 4.60 meters, 181 inches, but the wheelbase has actually been increased. Wheels, here the top 19-inch wheels you see right here. Then here with these contrasting wheel arches. 17-inch wheels would be in the base version, and here the new rear, a cleaner design, not so much playing around, horizontal light strip. This is the high trim level limited. We'll also take a look at the interior very soon for you. This is the HEV model, so the inbuilt hybrid. There is also a new plug-in available, the Prime, as it is also called so far, so either plug-in or inbuilt hybrid. And they have also been upgraded in their technology. You can see the whole vehicle is flatter than before. It's also a little bit wider, but as I said, just a tiny bit shorter. How will this design play out also for the interior? We'll experience that one soon. Here with Thomas and Autogefühl for you. Let's go with all the details. Some more attention here to the front. This is very interesting. First of all, super clean design. And then you can see here, this here, I can really put my hand in here. So they have this sculptural three-dimensional effect. Of course, also the air is being channeled through. This vehicle here is equipped with a panoramic roof you can look through. But there will also be a solar roof available. Let's take a look at the interior. First of all, door closing sound. It's okay, not too good, not too bad, I would say. It's a prototype vehicle, however. Then here, it's not entirely hard, but not super soft, but looks actually quite good. Also the structure here, material-wise, also here at the inside of the doors. And then you get this new cockpit layout, you maybe know from the new electric vehicle, the BZ4X. So new layout here for the steering wheel, for example. The steering wheel comes in the base trim with the SofTex leatherette. Only the highest trim with steering wheel heating have the animal skin wrap. The seats, however, are always either fabric in the lowest trim or here the SofTex. This is a high-grade leatherette, feels really soft. It's also perforated, and this will always then be in SofTex in the higher trim models. So that's definitely a step forward. As for Toyota, let's get in, and the seats here are actually really soft and comfortable. So at the moment it was, see here, it was all the way put high, the seat then indeed here. So very soft surface, very comfortable. So you already feel like you would be in a grown-up sedan indeed. And you'll also find a comfortable seating position. The question is, yeah, this is now the lowest position. And I'm 189 or 6'2", and yeah, it is getting close here design-wise. So if you're super tall, if you like Michael Jordan, like tall, then it would be rather the Camry for you, for example. I mean, I do fit in here with my height, but it's close, you know. So I almost feel like I would be sitting inside the ceiling. So at some point there is a cost of this design here, of course. It works for me, but I have to get used to sitting so close to the ceiling. Not sure when there's like a bump in the road or something. Steering wheel here, up and down, in and out. Looks really unfamiliar, this steering wheel indeed. And it tends to block a little bit of that front instrument cluster right there. But if you put your spine up, it's more or less okay. It's really small and compact, that steering wheel, and still real buttons here at the steering wheel, so not too much of #capacitive BS indeed. Oh, and heated steering wheel function is right there, but as I said, in this case I would not go for it to pick then the animal-free version of that. Rear doors are attached right here, the opening mechanism. And let's see, there's then the rear bench. And here even more so the question, because the car is overall flatter and really streamlined. They also said it's even more efficient than before due to that. But is there any cost then for the rear headroom? Let's see. Hardpack at the inside of the doors. Legroom-wise, that's fine. So also tall adults fit after or behind each other. Oh, that's beeping now, sorry. So, yeah, thank you. Yeah, the Toyota host want to put on the lights for the guys from the exterior, but when we have beeping sound in the interior, also not that good. Yeah, now headroom-wise, Whoa, that's really close. So my hair is touching the ceiling. And when I put my spine up, I do touch it with my entire head. So, I mean, if I'm really relaxed from the spine, I can work it out with my hair touching the ceiling. But it's close, you know. So, yeah, once again, if you want more space, you have to go for the Camry then. But it still works, I would say, in a way. Middle part here is also fairly soft, but then it gets almost impossible with the headroom, so that's not working that well. But once again, the seating materials here is really nice and soft. And you also can get seat heating for the rear and 2 more USB-C chargers. And the middle part right here, folding on that, cup holders, but they are not adaptive. This is the car key here, by the way, simple and easy. And the new interior overview, look at that here. Ambient lighting very well integrated with this horizontal strip. That's beautiful, actually. Also this bar here. And then you still have some rear controls, like this. Heated seat, cooled seat as well, combined with this SofTex seat, really cool. And you still have this climate unit. When the car would be fully powered, you can still use that. So not all hashtag capacitive ABS. That's really good, I think. The screen, 8-inch or 12.3-inch. This is the bigger one than here for the high trim level. So if you go for that optional. And the volume knob, still manual. That's good. Here you can see the inbuilt map. It could be more responsive though. However, it's an early prototype model. We have to say that. And this is in the basic menu. So it has also been an upgrade. And Apple CarPlay and Android Auto will both be available. So most of the time you'll probably go in with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto here anyway in that screen. And then you also don't have to use anything else of that. So most of the time you will also be living with the small screen, for example. Then we can take a look here at the instruments. Look at that. They are placed in a way that you don't need a head-up display. Yeah, I can see them probably now that they're turned on. And it works also with the steering wheel and so on. So it's a very interesting integration. So indeed, you don't need a head-up display then for that. So why not? Good idea, actually. In the very front, 2 USB-C chargers. One for connecting, one for charging. And then here, this one, you can either leave it like this or have this hidden compartment. Oh, it also says hashtag hidden compartment, it says down there. Very interesting. So then the cup holders are also adaptive. And here the shifting lever in the middle console, small and integrated. This one will change the driving modes. Also then here the pure EV mode for the HEV, if you want to stress that. Of course, it won't make too much of a difference. And then the middle console right here. This can be shaken a little bit left and right. And then even more chargers. So this car is full of chargers indeed. Well, the panoramic roof is fixed, but you can have these sunshades here, both for the front and the rear. And this will be essential in very hot states in the US, especially, for example. And we can also open the hatch for you. It's electric hatch right there. Very wide opening. This cover here automatically raises up. A little bit wobbly, I would say. But you can also remove that thing if you like. Below that here, some more storage. Of course, it's somewhat limited because the battery is like placed below there, behind the seats here in this area. So it's not too high overall. But let me take some measurements for you exclusively. The length here is about 80 centimeters or 31 inches. The width here, so the top area is like a 94 centimeters or 37 inches. It's just a little bit wider than here inside the wheel arches. And well, the height here, you see here to the top cover is not too high, but maybe I would just take it out. If you can live with that some people can actually watch what you have in the trunk. Toyota claims it's the most efficient car yet they have built. 57 mpg rating now for the new inbuilt hybrid, which is a 2-liter 4-cylinder engine. So they actually stepped up the game as for the displacement. And in front-wheel drive or all-wheel drive, both are available for the inbuilt hybrid, around 200 horsepower, a little bit less than 200 horsepower, and it's also quicker than before, now at around 7 seconds in the acceleration figure. That's 2 seconds faster even than the previous front-wheel drive model if you compare previous and the now more modern front-wheel drive model. And there's also the plug-in hybrid available, the Prime, here also in a different color than. From the exterior you cannot really differentiate the vehicles, it's just that here on location this is the PHEV and the other one is the HEV, the inbuilt hybrid then. Now this one here, upgraded battery capacity, 14 kilowatt hours. and that means a higher pure electric range. So far I read something of a 40 miles EPA rating, 60 kilometers. That might be even more depending also on the concise consumption, but it's definitely, as I said, because of the capacity is higher, 50% more EV range than before. Also based on the 2-liter 4-cylinder engine, here then with 220 horsepower, front-wheel drive only, all-wheel drive just for the inbuilt hybrid. And you can see also how the 19-inch wheels look right here. They are also in a little bit different styling, but also 19-inch. And once again, the shiny black crossover cladding, so to speak. Like here, interesting, by the way, a small vortex generator, so they really paid attention to more aerodynamics. We'll see then later on how it is about the pure electric range and also the MPG for the inbuilt hybrid and so on. If you subscribe to our channel, we keep you up with a driving review. Here in the back, let's see if it's opened. There we go. This is in the charging here at the passenger side. Yeah, and also when we see one with the oh, wait a minute, this one is with solar roof. Here, look at that. Now we can see how the difference is. There it is. So this is the solar roof then, and we know when it's standing all year out in really intense sun, that might be helpful. If you have a basement garage or something, it might not be helpful, and you shouldn't go for this option. So it really depends on how hot the climate is where you're living in, how much sun there is, and also how much the car is standing on the outside. Here at the moment the car is not powered on, so you can see the difference how it looks from the back then when the light strip is not on. There's an XSE model, and I would say we also take a look at the interior at this one. Plug-in hybrid trunk, by the way, below it seems a little bit different, but overall capacity-wise it shouldn't be a big difference at all. Little different design here. For example, you can also get the red deco element here, and this ambient lighting is now also set to red, so just to show you some differences. And these seats here also have these accentuations in red here at the side, but they're still the SofTex material with perforation and also very, very soft material. So indeed, you can very well feel that would be, oh, it's like high spec elements. No, it's the SofTex, is the high grade leatherette. It really depends on is the grade of leatherette high or low. So the so far very low grade leatherettes that have been used in the past are actually gone. These are really way to go for now. So oh, this is another detail I want to show you. This light here on the interior, it looks really fancy. Look at that. So they have kind of like, it looks like it would be segmented, but it's actually projected. So yeah, that looks also quite fancy. The mirror here, by the way, is either a standard one, but you can see here also controls on the lower part. So it can also be a digital one then with camera that you can see through even if you packed everything stacked up in the rear. So very interesting first look here at the new Prius, and you should also tune in to more of our Toyota reviews.